We have to head down to Clayton County, Georgia. That's where a TV crew caught this woman here as she was being hauled off to jail. She and her boyfriend arrested after she took her 6-year-old son to the hospital. He was unconscious and unresponsive. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. If you're watching from Clayton County, Georgia, let me know below. It all happened at this house here in Conley, Georgia, right next door to Atlanta. A 6-year-old boy is fighting for his life after his mother's boyfriend beat him like a grown man for days, all because he believed the 6-year-old boy stole $80 from him. Police say her boyfriend, identified as Napoleon Yates, he beat the little boy every day for a couple of days, leading up to the most severe beating that left him unconscious on June 4th, 2023. That's when the boy was severely injured by Napoleon. His mother, 33-year-old Portia Wells, she was right there the whole time. They're saying this happened for days. And even after Portia realized her son was severely injured, she went on with her life like nothing happened. She went to work, the nail salon for a fresh pedicure and nails, had no care at all for her own son.
Officials say the little boy is in the hospital in critical condition. Fox 5's Eric Perry is live outside Clayton Police Headquarters. And Eric, you just saw the mom being put into a police car.
Yeah, only our cameras were there. Good evening to you, Russ and Courtney. That 6-year-old fighting for his life in the hospital, broken bones, blood clots to the lungs, and bleeding to the brain. Only our cameras were there. Take a look as that mother, Portia Wells, was taken into custody. Here's what we know. Clayton County Police say Wells' boyfriend, Napoleon Yates, accused the 6-year-old of stealing money. Over the weekend, I'm told the boyfriend physically abused that child for days as his mother stood and watched. At one point, police say the boyfriend even told the mom to leave the room. So for days, I'm told, the boyfriend did nothing until that Sunday. The boy fell unconscious and the mom decided to give him an ice bath, trying to wake him up. That was unsuccessful. However, Monday and Tuesday, ordinary days for this mother. She went to work. I'm told she went and got her nails done. Her feet did as well, only to take him to the hospital yesterday. That's where Clayton County Police got that initial charge, that call to that hospital. The two face charges of child abuse. The mom faces additional charges of lying to police. She initially said she knew nothing about it or she wasn't there, but that turned out not to be the case there. So the mom, when we asked her questions on that perp walk to that escorted to the police car there, she didn't answer any of our questions. I asked if she had any remorse or anything like that. I can tell you her nails look freshly done, her feet look freshly done. They'll go with the handcuffs and the jumpsuit in the Clayton County Jail.
It was June 6th, after Portia finally took the child to the hospital, that police began their investigation. Upon arrival to the hospital, the child was unconscious, unresponsive, covered in bruises, foaming at the mouth. He suffered a brain bleed, blood clot in the lungs, broken bones, and severe bruising. According to authorities, the boy is in grave condition. He's doing very, very bad, not good at all. Napoleon was immediately arrested the same day when the investigation was opened. After Portia took her son to the hospital, Napoleon was charged with a slew of crimes. Look at all this, including assault, deprivation of a minor, cruelty. This guy is horrible, and I am glad that he's being detained right now at the Clayton County Jail. Initially, Portia tried to lie to officers. She said that she didn't know what happened. She wasn't there. But eventually, she revealed that she was there the whole time. She saw Napoleon beating her son. She did nothing at all to intervene. She didn't call the police at all to report it, nor did she get medical attention for her son right away. Instead, she waddled her big old self down there to the nail shop out there in Clayton County and sat up there and got her nails done.
And we begin tonight with the merciless beating of a 6-year-old boy allegedly at the hands of his mother's boyfriend. This is exclusive video of police taking his mother, Portia Wells, to jail. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spencer.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Wells and her boyfriend, Napoleon Yates, both face multiple child cruelty and battery charges. Fox 5's Brittany Edney is live outside the Clayton County Magistrate Court with new details. And Brittany, one of them is able to post bail.
Yeah, Courtney, that's right. Within the past 24 to 48 hours, both Ates and Wells have gone before a Clayton County Magistrate Court judge. For Wells, she was denied bond based on those charges. But as for Ates, he has that option available, although there are certain conditions included.
Therefore, your total bond is $6,500. Do you understand the charge as well as your bond amount?
Yes, ma'am.
A Clayton County judge tells 36-year-old Napoleon Ates that if he's able to post bail, he must stay away from the 6-year-old boy he's accused of severely beating.
Okay, well, there's a no contact, which means you must stay away, absolutely, directly, indirectly.
And he also cannot return to the home of his girlfriend, 33-year-old Portia Wells.
So you're prohibited from returning to the incident location.
Investigators say Ates accused the child of stealing money over the weekend and then severely beat him for days as his mother stood by and watched. The little boy is in the hospital fighting for his life. Police say the beatings left him with broken bones, blood clots in the lungs, severe bruising, and bleeding on the brain. Wells appeared before a judge late Thursday morning who detailed the charges.
Cruel or excessive physical or mental pain by allowing her boyfriend, Napoleon Ates, to excessively cause physical harm to the victim with an alleged belt and hands.
Due to the charges, the judge denied bond. Investigators detail how Wells not only didn't help her son, but casually went about her daily life while the boy needed medical help.
She went about her daily life. She went to work. She went and got her nails did. Horrible what this baby had to endure.
And Wells also faces an additional charge of lying to police. She allegedly told investigators in the beginning that she was not even there when these beatings took place. Then allegedly she switched her story back and said that she was there, she just didn't step in.
Now wait a minute. Why in the world would they set a bond for him, and why is it so low? He basically beat the life out of him. There is no way he should be out and the victim is over there fighting for his life at the hospital. They need to upgrade these charges on this pathetic Pookie, because this just isn't enough. He should have no bond set, just like the mother who allowed him to do it and didn't get any medical assistance for her son for 2 days, even when she saw that he was unconscious. She tried to wake him up with a bath and then waddled herself to the nail salon. I feel absolutely nothing for Portia, nothing at all. She's the one who allowed her Pookie boyfriend to beat her son for days. This man is 6 feet tall, 245 pounds. And this little boy was beaten like he was a grown man. And then get this. This low down dirty loser already had a warrant for his arrest from another incident in January, allegedly involving the same child. In that incident, he reportedly beat the child, threw him into a vanity, leaving him with injuries including a bruised kidney. This happened in Forest Park, Georgia. That was before they moved another city over to Conley, Georgia. Either way, there was already an arrest warrant for him from that incident in January 2023, but Forest Park police did not arrest him. They allowed this pathetic Pookie to remain free and in the house with the victim. He should have been locked up then. And that right there was a clear indication that Portia didn't care about her son. When that first incident happened, she should have moved away from that guy or got him out of the house. Instead, they left the old apartment and rented this house here. There's no reason why they should have moved to a new location together. And absolutely no way that he should have had access to her children. But no, she allowed it even after her son's kidney was bruised. And that's exactly how you get this second incident just 5 months later.
Information about the couple that's facing unthinkable accusations of child abuse as a 6-year-old Clayton County boy fights for his life. His own mother accused of standing by while her boyfriend allegedly beat the child unconscious. These are the faces of the couple now in custody. Atlanta News First reporter Zach Summers is live at Scottish Rite Hospital in Atlanta. And Zach, you learned this may not have been the first instance of abuse.
Yeah, court documents reveal Napoleon Ates had prior warrants out of Forest Park for a January incident where he is said to have thrown this child against a vanity, severely injuring him then. However, he was never arrested. It was in this house off Old Rock Cut Road in Clayton County. Investigators say Napoleon Ates beat a little boy so bad the child is clinging to life. His mother, Portia Wells, accused of doing nothing to stop the abuse or to help her son.
It makes me angry
It makes me very angry.
Aites and Wells, an on and off again couple of 3 years, currently in the Clayton County Jail, facing several charges related to the abuse of Wells' 6-year-old son. According to arrest warrants, Aites used his fist and a belt to beat the child multiple times over the weekend. The most severe abuse allegedly happening Sunday when Aites accused the boy of stealing $80 from him. Cortisha Oxford lives 2 doors down and has 2 young children.
You a grown man with no restraint, and your only way to deal with what you have going on in your mind is to beat a child.
Police say despite knowing her son was in grave condition, Wells continued her daily routine for 2 days, that she even got her nails done. It wasn't until early Tuesday morning, court documents reveal Wells tried reviving her son with a cold bath. She eventually took the boy to the hospital.
This is somebody's life, and when you have children, I understand, you still want to be mom, you still want to have fun, you still want to have a life. But at what cost? The child, hopefully he makes it, is going to need therapy, physical, mental, and somebody that actually loves him.
Yeah, the child, who's still listed in critical condition, suffered a brain bleed, blood clot in the lungs, broken bones, and severe bruising. We reached out to Forest Park Police to understand why Aites was never arrested for that January incident. The department has not responded to our inquiry. Meanwhile, Aites and Wells are due back in court on June 26th.
From the reports I'm seeing, it is a possibility that he may not survive. But even if the little boy pulled through, they still don't know what his condition is going to be or how much help he's going to need. I see a very long road to recovery for him if he survives, physically and mentally. The blood clot, very dangerous and deadly. And the brain bleed, that's another set of issues. Then on top of all of this, Portia's other child, 8 years old, is also lost in the mix. That child was there too, witnessed all of this. And I always wonder what type of men deal with women like this. Who will move in with this sloppy woman and her children? Who will lay up with her? She had 2 children and they didn't belong to him. Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Most men that will lay up in these houses with these baby mamas and women like her with a bunch of kids that don't belong to them are usually low quality men most of the time. I would say if you're a woman like Portia, it's a 50-50 chance that if he accepts all of this, he's a criminal, a predator, or low value in behavior, his mindset, or his being. And I'm not talking about money, because you can't have money and still be low value in your behavior, mindset, and your being. The kind of man who will go into a house, living with a woman and her kids, laying up in the same areas, sharing the same spaces with other men's children, I wouldn't trust him. Now, he could turn out to be a good guy, but it's a 50% chance that he's not. What I don't understand is why would you gamble your own children? The elephant in the room besides Portia is that they do it because they don't care about their children. They do it because the only person they care about is themselves. They want somebody around to make them feel good, and they don't care if they're making decisions that's not good for their children. You know how many children go through stuff like this every day from their mama's boyfriend? And in every single situation, I always wonder, why did she put herself before those kids? They love to say that she's putting a man before her kids. Nah, she's putting herself before the kids, because that man is a tool for something that benefits her in some way. They say, well, what do you want me to do? Am I supposed to be single forever? When you're talking about moving random men in with your kids, I don't care how you feel. You should not do it. On one side, he may be all right, and he may not bring any harm to your children. But you know what? It's also another side over there that he will. And if you want a new man so bad, but you still have those kids, give the children away to their father. Stop trying to hold those kids hostage for child support and benefits, food stamps, Section 8 apartments. Give them to the father and then go on with your life if you can't learn how to put your kids before your own selfish needs. That's why I say I feel absolutely nothing for Portia. I hope they give Napoleon at least 20 years. If this turns into a murder, give him life without parole. And then whatever they give him, Portia should get the same amount of time for allowing it to happen. You know, it would be a lot different for Portia if she would have taken the child to the hospital right away. But no, he fell unconscious 2 days before she finally took him to the hospital. 2 days. Those 2 days could be the difference between him surviving or not, or the difference between a full recovery or being in a disabled state for the rest of his life. She simply didn't care when the child was her responsibility in her care. So that's why she should not be let off easy here. Now, I do have an update. I do see there's a man that filed paperwork for a child in court against Portia. It happened the same day that Napoleon was arrested. The man is trying to establish paternity and legitimation. In Georgia, as a father, you don't automatically have rights to your child. If you're not married, you have to go to court to establish paternity and legitimation before the state would acknowledge you as the father. So this case that was filed, the timing of the case, it indicates that he's possibly the father of the child that's in state custody and or the father of the victim, and he's trying to get custody of his kids now. I'm glad to see that the child's father is around and he's willing and able to take his kid, so that's good. But listen, men also have to stop being so passive. When she's moving her boyfriend in with your kids, you need to go pick up your children. I don't care who her boyfriend is or what he's got. She can trust him all she wants, but you shouldn't. It only takes one time for these lowlives to do something to your child. Build a case on them right away. Take her to court. Tell them that she's got your child living with this guy here. You can look into his record. It's all public information. Let them know your child will be better off with you. Build a case. People will try to shame you and say you're jealous and say all kind of things and use tactics to make you leave her alone because, of course, she's not trying to give those kids up. The child equals benefits. So be ready for her to say whatever, but build your case, and you don't have to wait for something really bad to happen. You cannot play nice and fair with dirty, evil people that's not going to play nice with you. Sending prayers to all of the kids involved in this situation, the victim in the hospital, as well as the one picked up by the state. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think about this? The mom's on and off pookie boyfriend of 3 years allowed in the house to do this. Then the mama went and got her nails done after her son was unconscious for 2 days. Special thank you to Robert S. I appreciate you, Robert, for all of your support, as well as Ken, Dark Power, and Sylvester. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.